طيب in question 1 it says 2 power 3 times 3 power 3. So the power is the same but the base is different, so we have to get the 2 and 3 together like this, and we will have the same power, so it is 2 times 3 equals 6 and 6 power 3, that is the answer. For the second equation we have cubic root, and then inside the cubic root there is an square root, so we solve what is inside first. So square root 64 equals 8, so cubic root of 8 equals 2. Next question, it says that x equals half and y equals 3, and we need to get x power y. So we will just add half power 3, and we know that power 3 on the fraction will be on the numerator and the denominator. So 1 power 3 equals 1 and 2 power 3 equals 8, so the answer will be 1 over 8. For the next questions, I have two factors multiplied by each other. So first we multiply the number together, negative 2 times 3. And we know that negative times positive equals negative. So negative 2 times 3 equals negative 6. And x times x, we add the power. So it will be x power 2. Question 5, it is a division. We have negative 9x power 3 divided negative 3 power x, as we did in the last example. We'll start by the numerical factor, which is negative 9 divided negative 3, negative divided negative equal positive, and 9 divided 3 equals 3. And then we, since it is a division, we will subtract the power, so x power 3 minus x power 1. 3 minus 1 equals 2, so the answer should be x power 2. Okay, let's go for the next question. Here we have the area of the square. We want to get the area of square whose side length equals 4 centimeters. Since he gave me the side, we will use the rule for the area of square, which is s power 2. S power 2, so it is 4 power 2, which is 16. That is the area of the square. We want to compare it with the area of the square whose diagonal length 6 centimeters. Since the other square he gave me the diagonal length, we'll use the second rule for the area, which is half d power 2, and we get the area d power 2 equals 36 times half equals 18. So now we can compare both areas, and so the first area, which is 16, is less than the second area, which will be 18. Okay, for the next question, we want to get the image of the point by translation. So he gave me the rule x plus 3 and y. Y means that we won't change the y. It will be the same. So negative 1 will stay negative 1, but the 2 for the x, will add 3 for the 2, and it will be 5. Question 8, saying drawing a colored ball from a box containing identical balls of unknown colors. So since we don't know the colors of the ball, and that is a must for that to be called a random experiment, since we don't know the colors of the balls, so we can't call that a random experiment, so the answer will be not a random experiment. Okay, question 9, it says we will do a rotation of 90 degrees followed by another rotation of 90 degrees. So 90 plus 90 equal 180. So the equivalent rotation will be 180. Okay, now we will go for the essay questions, and we know that the exam has 9 MCQ or multiple choice questions and 7 questions that are essay questions. And in the essay question, don't forget to write all the steps so you can get all the marks for this question. For question 1, it says arrange the following numbers in a descending order. But first, to arrange these numbers, we have to get them all into the scientific notation form. And we know that the scientific notation form, that the first number should be between 1 and 10. And if we look here, it will be 16. 16 is greater than 10. So now we can compare all these numbers because they are different from each other. They are not all in the scientific notation. So the first step is to make them all in scientific notation. So when we see that 16 times 10 power negative 6, 16 is greater than 6, so we'll put a decimal point between the 1 and 6. That means we divided this part by 10, so we multiply this part by 10 also, so negative 6, when it is multiplied by 10, it will be power negative 5. The second one will stay like it is because it is already in a scientific notation form. And the third one also the same. The fourth one, 14 is greater than 10, so we will divide the 14 by 10, so it will be 1.4, and we'll multiply the next part, which is 10 power negative 4 by 10, so it will be 10 power negative 3. And notice that when the power is negative, actually the negative 3 is greater than the negative 4. Okay, after we have made all these numbers in the scientific notation, now we can compare them. So make sure, be careful, because he said in descending order. Descending order, it means from the greatest to the least. So the greatest power here is, we have 3 negative 5 and 1 negative 3. And sure, negative 3 is greater than negative 5. So this number will be the greatest number. We will put it at first. And then we have three numbers of power negative 5. Since they are the same power, we will look at the numbers. There is 0 0.8, 1.5, 1.6. So we will start by the greatest, which is 1.6, then 1.5, then 0 0.8. Okay, the next question, it says find in the simplest form the algebraic expression that represents the area of the opposite shape. So we know that if we have a rectangle like this and it is divided into two parts, and this is the width and this is the length, so we have to multiply this x by 2x for the first time, and then we multiply this x by y. So we will write x and then open bracket 2x plus y, and x times 2x equal to x power 2 as we add the power, plus x times y equals xy. Okay, in question 3, a trapezium has an area of 45 square inches and a height of 5 inch. Find the length of its middle base. We know that there are two rules for the trapezium. The first rule is the area of trapezium equals middle base times L height. So we already have the area and we already have the height. So now we can get the middle base. So to get the middle base, it will be the area of the trapezium over height. So it is equal 45 over 5, which is equal 9 inch. In the next question, he asks me to draw a line segment AB of length 6 centimeter and bisect it using a ruler and a compass. So we know that the first step is to draw the line segment AB using the ruler and make sure we start from 0 and add till we get 6, and this is the length of the line segment. After that, we will put the compass on A and B. We will put the point of the compass on A and make an arc up there and down there, and we will, by the same span of opening for the compass, we will set at B and make another arc here and another arc there, so the two arcs will intersect here and there on 2 points. Then we have to use the ruler again to match these 2 points. So now we have divided the line segment into two equal parts. Since it was 6, so it is 3 and 3 centimeter. For the next question, it is for probability. It says if a card is drawn randomly from identical card number from 20 to 29, find the probability that the card carries an even number, a number less than 22. So first we have to get the sample space. The sample space is all the number from 20 to 29. We write 20, 21, 22, and so on until we get 29. From the sample space, we get the number of sample space. We count this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So the number of sample space equals 10, and we will use that when we apply the rule. Okay, the first event is an even number. So we know the even numbers are the numbers that are like 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, and so on. So the even numbers here in this sample space starts from 20. 22, 24, 26, 28. If we count the number of these elements, we will find that the number of elements in event A equals 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So to get the n of A, first we need to write the event A. After that, we apply in the rule, which is the probability of A equals n of A over n of S, and this rule is very important. And now we can apply and say that it is 5 over number of sample space which we calculated at the beginning, which is 10. So the answer will be 5 over 10. In the second part of these questions, it says a number less than 22. So if we look at the sample space and look for the numbers that are less than 22, we just have 20 and 21. So that is the event B. Now from the event B, if we count these two elements, we can get the n of B, or the number of elements in the event B, which is equal 2. Now we can get back to the rule and say that probability of B equal n of B over n of S, so it will be 2 over 10. Okay, for the next question, he asks me to get the quotient of x power 2 minus 2x minus 15 divided by x minus 5. So we know how to do that using the long division. First, we write the dividend here inside x power 2 minus 2x minus 15, and we write the divisor there at x minus 5. And we know that the steps for the long division consists of 4 main steps: divide, times, minus, bring down. So x power 2 divided x equals x. Then we take this x and multiply it one time times x, and the next time times negative 5. So it will be x power 2 minus 5x. After that, we have to change the sign for each term. So this one was positive, we will add negative, and this was negative, it will be positive, and then we'll take a line and subtract. So x power 2 minus x power 2 equals 0. We don't write it. Negative 2x plus 5x, after we change the sign here, it will be 3x. Then we drop down. The last step is to drop down the negative 15. After that, we will repeat these steps again. We start by divide. 3x divided x equal plus 3. Then times 3 times x, 3x, 3 times negative 5, negative 15. Then we subtract. It shows that they are the same as the same terms here and there. So when we subtract them, we will get the 0 and 0 on the happy face, and now we got the answer, which is equals x plus 3. Okay, the last question for this mock exam, uh, he wants to get the solution set in Z for the inequality 3x plus 7 less than 7x plus 3. So to solve this, we said before that we have to get the x's in one side and the numbers on the other side. So we can get this 7x to this side and the 7 to the other side. And when we move one term from one side to another, we have to change its sign. So this 7x will be negative 7x, and this 7 that will go there will be negative 7. 3x minus 7x equals negative 4x, less than 3 minus 7 equal negative 4. And be careful here, we said before that when we divide by a negative, we have to change the direction of the inequality. So here, rather than that it was less than before, it will be greater than. So negative 4 divided negative 4 equal 1x, so we write x, and negative 4 divided negative 4 equal 1. So the answer should be, the inequality should be x greater than 1. X greater than 1, it means the numbers that are greater than 1 in Z, which are 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on. Thank you so much. Okay, for question 8, draw a triangle ABC where point A equal 1 and 3, B 2 and 0, C negative 3 and negative 1. Then draw its image under the reflection in the y-axis. Since it is reflection and in the y-axis, we said we do, if it is in y-axis, we change the x. If it is in x-axis, we change the y. So here it is in y-axis, so we have to change the sign of x. So the x's here are the 1, 2, and negative 3. We change the sign of 1, will be negative 1, and the y will stay as it is, it will be 3. Here 2 will be negative 2, negative 3 will be 3. Then we draw on the graph 1 and 3 here. This is A. 2 and 0, negative 3 and negative 1, that is the C. And then we will draw the image under reflection in the y-axis. So A dash will be negative 1 and 3, B dash will be negative 2 and 0, C dash will be 3 and negative 1. Okay, now let's solve the model 2 for the mock exam. In the first question, it says that we have two rotations, one of 180 followed by another rotation of 180. So if we add 180 and plus 180, it will be 360. So the equivalent rotation will be 360 degrees. In the second question, negative 3 power 2. Notice here that the power is even. Since the power is even, we remove the negative. So negative 3 power 2, if we put it on the calculator, it will be 9. Okay, number 3, it is on a probability. The experiment of forming two-digit number consists of different, make sure it is different digits from the set of digits 1, 3, and 4. So first we have to write the sample space and create the number from these digits. So we start by 1 and 1 and 3, it will be 13, 14, then 3, 31, 34, then start with 4, then 41 and 43. That is all the sample space. And from the sample space here, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 elements. But let's check what he needs. He asks for how many elements are in the event that expresses the resulting number is odd. So from this sample space, we have to just check the numbers that are odd. So 13 is odd, 31, 41, and 43. So we have 4 numbers that are odd numbers in this sample space. So that is the event A. Now we can get the number of elements in this event, which is 1, 2, 3, 4. So the answer should be 4. Okay, question 4. X equals square root 1 over 9, and we need to get x power 3. So first we can get x. Root 1 over 9 will be 1 over 3. Now we will take this 1 over 3, which is x, and make power 3. 1 power 3 equals 1, and 3 power 3 equals 27. In the next question, it is for scientific notation. 84 times 10 power negative 8 equal m times 10 power negative 7, and we want to get m. If we check here, the power was negative 8 and became negative 7. So we multiplied this power by 10. It means this number was increased by multiplying by 10. So if we increase this to balance this equation, we have to decrease this and we have to divide this number by 10. So we will add a decimal point here, so it will be the same 8.4 times 10 power negative 7. Or we can just use the calculator and try this on the calculator. It will actually give me 8.4 times 10 power negative 7. Question 6, it says that if the edge length of a cube is 3a, then the volume of the cube equals. We know that the volume of the cube equals L power 3. So we take the L, which is 3a, that is the edge length, multiplied power 3. And be careful here that the power 3 is not only on the a, but it is on the whole 3a. So that is why we add bracket. So 3 power 3 equals 27 and a power 3 equals a power 3. So the answer should be 27a power 3. Okay, for question 7, we have x power 3 plus x power 2 divided x power 2. So if we write it like this, we know that we have two terms here, divide one term. So we divide this term, divide x power 2, and then we divide x power 2 divided x power 2. We know that when we divide, we subtract the power. So 3 minus 2 equals 1. So it is x power 1. We don't need to write the power 1. And be careful here. X power 2 divided x power 2, it is not 0. X power 2 divided x power 2, we subtract the power. So 2 minus 2 equals 0. So x power 0 equals 1. When we divide any number or any term by itself, the answer will be 1. So don't forget to add this 1. So the answer will be x plus 1. In question 8, trapezium with an area of 100 and a middle base of 8 centimeter. then its height equal. We already know that the area of trapezium equal middle base times height, so now we can say that the height equal area over middle base, so it is 100 divided 8, which is equal 12.5. In the question 9, for the last question in the MCQ, the image of the point 0.8 by translation, and that is the rule x minus 3, y minus 4. So the x here is the 0, minus 3, it will be negative 3. And the y here is 8. When we subtract 4 from the 8, 8 minus 4 equal 4. So the answer should be negative 3 and 4. Now let's go for the essay questions. He asks me to write the sample space of a random experiment of drawing a card from a set of identical card number from 20 to 25. So to write the sample space, it will be starting from 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. If he asks for the number of element or the number of sample space, we can count the number of elements here, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So n of s should be equals 6. In the second question, he asks me to draw a triangle ABC, and we have two sides and one angle. So first we start by any side of them. Let's start by the greatest side of them using the ruler. AB will be 4.5 centimeter. Then after that we get the angle. So to draw the angle, we put the protractor on the angle A here. We'll put the protractor here and start counting the angle until we reach 72 and put a point. Then we draw this line. After that, he says that AC equals 3 centimeters, so we will open our compass in a span of 3 centimeters and make an arc here to make sure that this is just 3 centimeters. And then the last step is to join from this point to the B, and now we have drawn the triangle. In the next question, it says that a cuboid has a volume of 12x power 2y plus 20xy and base area of 4xy, and we need to get the height. We know before that the volume of cuboid equal base area times height. Here we already have the volume and we already have the base area, so to get the height it will be volume of the cuboid over base area. Volume of cuboid is 12x power 2y plus 20xy over base area, which is equal 4xy. As we did before, when we have two terms here and just one term here, we divide the first divided 4xy, and then we take the second divided 4xy. So if we divide this term by this term, 12 divided 4 equals 3, and we subtract the power, so it will be 3x. And y divided y will be eliminated, so we don't write any y here. Then after that, 20xy divided 4xy, 20 divided 4 equal 5, and x divided x we cancel it, and y divided y we cancel it, so the final answer should be 3x plus 5. Okay, for the next question we have geometric transformation. We first draw the triangle with these coordinates a 0 and 2, b negative 5 and 0, c negative 3 and negative 5. So we already draw this triangle in green, which is the original triangle. Now we need to get the image of this triangle by reflection in yx. We said before that reflection in yx, we change the x. So since the x here is just 0, which is neutral, neither positive or negative, we write it as it is. So it will be 0 and 2. Here we'll change the x from negative 5 to 5, here from negative 3 to 3, and the y will remain as it is. Now we have got all the image points for these coordinates a dash, b dash, c dash. So we draw this point on the coordinate plane, a dash here, it will be the same point as a, b dash is here, c dash is here, and we use the ruler to join these lines. Okay, for the next question, it is what is the solution in that of the inequality 3x minus 2 greater than 10? It is like solving equation. We know before that we have to keep the x at one side and move all the numbers to the other side. So the first step is to move this negative 2 from this side to the other side, and when we move any term from one side to another, we change its sign, so it will be plus 2. So 3x greater than 10 plus 2. 10 plus 2 equals 12. So 3x greater than 12. Now we have to get rid of these 3. So we divide by 3. So x greater than 12 over 3. So which is 4. So x greater than 4. So when we get the solution set, it will be 5, 6, 7, and so on. For the next question, he asked me which has a greater area. We have two shapes. One is the rhombus and the other one is a rectangle. For the first shape, which is the rhombus with diagonal length 12 and 10 centimeters, we have two diagonals for the rhombus, and we or a rectangle with length of 8 and width of centimeters. So we have to get the area of this shape and the area of this shape, and we compare them. So the area of rhombus, we know we have to know this rule very well. It is equals half d1 by d2, and we already have d1 and d2, 12 and 10. So half times d1 times d2 equals 60 centimeter square. Now let's move to the rectangle. The rectangle has an area, we have its length and width, and we know before that the area of the rectangle equal length times width, so it will be 8 times 7, which equals 56. Now we can compare the 60 and 56. It shows that the area of the rhombus here is 60 is greater than the area of the rectangle. Okay, for this question, we have 3 over 2 power 2 plus root 25 over 4 plus cubic root 125 over 64. Make sure in this question to write the steps. Don't just write the final answer because you get marks for every step you write. So to do that, we will get 3 over 2 power 2, which is 9 over 4. We can use the calculator also. Root 25 over 4 equals 5 over 2. Cubic root 125 over 64 equals 5 over 4. And here, notice that it is between them, it is plus. So we can write all this on the calculator and get the answer, or we can just make the denominators like. So here it is 4, 2, and 4. So we multiply this fraction by 2 up and down, so it will be 10 over 4. Now all the denominators are like, so we can add the numbers up there. It will be 24 over 4, which is equal 6. And that we did this because it is plus. If it is multiply, we just multiply the numbers up and the numbers down, or we can just use the calculator, but make sure to write the result for each term and each step.